Hi guys, I just wanted to update you on a few things that I bought recently in lockdown. I hope you're all safe. So what I bought is a new buckler. Now, I got this from shieldsplus.com. I'll put the link in the description. And it's okay as a buckler. You know, it's lightweight and it's got a good handling to it. And I decided to give it a paint job. I'll give some zooms up shots on what I have done. But I've essentially given it an all-out paint job. I shared this on a HEMA page group and did what I was showed what I was doing, painting up. I made some. I did some research into some manuscripts and illuminations on 14th century style artwork, so all the little patterns you get on the edge of the manuscripts and those giant letters that you usually see. And I did it in that kind of style because I-33, which is a sword and buckler system, a manual from the early 14th century, or deemed to be the early 14th century, I kind of wanted to do it in the same sort of style because I wanted to do some more research into I-33. And so I got this buckler, and I also changed the grip of my sword. This is just a normal HEMA style arming sword, but what I have done is change the grip on it. So I'll set this down. And what I have done is shorten the grip because I felt that a lot of the arming sword style HEMA swords, the synthetic ones, the handles are too long because they've been made longer so you can wear gloves and it doesn't get in the way as much. I mean, kind of makes sense, but at the same time it doesn't, because there's a reason why the swords back in the day had grips the lengths they did. I mean, I will be wearing one of the heavy Spez gloves with this, and it still grips the same. I've shortened it down to about 10 centimetres or so, 10 centimetres and 5 millimetres maybe. It's not far from that. And what I wanted to do is get a better handling on the sword, because what I had in experience with a longer grip, I shortened it almost by 2 or 3 centimetres, quite a lot. These grips are, I think, way too long than they should be. I shortened it down because what I wanted to do is get a better handling on the pommel, which is an essential part of the sword in terms of its handling, especially for arming swords. I mean, there's plenty of swords out there that have long grips in different cultures that are one-handed. However, what I wanted to do is get a good handling on the pommel to the wrist and the bottom of the hand. I'll show you a shot in a little bit of what that, or right now what that I kind of mean. And I wanted to also have a good identification of where the sword is on my hand, because I felt that when I had these gloves on, my hand was slipping down to the very end of the sword, and I couldn't feel the quillons on the sword. I felt that all I was doing was swinging it around like a bat, and what I wanted to have is good edge alignment and a good feel of the sword and its weight and where it is going as I am moving the sword, especially with sword and buckler, where I need a good identification of where my sword is in my hand, not looking at it. So yes, so even with the gloves on, I'll put my padded gloves on, and it still has plenty of room for the sword. The pommel is at the base of my hand, and my thumb and my index finger are feeling the top, like the bottom end of the quillons. So I have a really good tight grip on this, and I know where the edge is, and so I can get a good edge alignment. I also have another sword coming, made by Fabri Armorum, who are based in Czechia, and they're making me a kind of Federschwert style arming sword, and I requested to have a 10 centimeter grip so I can have that same nice edge alignment with the sword, have a nice good tight feel of where the sword is in my hand. So when I am, tired and I'm got about 5 minutes into the spar or the duel, my grip isn't going to slip up or anything like that. I've got a good tight grip on this sword, which is what I need. So I in fact I had this sword customized, and I'll show it when it comes, but I also shortened the grip on my basket hilt sword. I got this and I also attached a longsword blade to this, because I felt that the basket hilt sword blade that comes with it it's the same size as this arming sword, but I felt that it was ever so slightly too shorter for what I can handle. So I'm not giant or anything, I'm only 6 foot, but I can handle some blades that are slightly longer than some people that are shorter than me. And I feel that people that are even taller than me can handle something like this. And it's not too long, it's not like feeling a cavalry sword or something like that. But I also shortened the grip. Unfortunately, the basket on the basket hilt has actually kind of gone down a little bit, and it has this really strange silhouette. However, I've got really good feeling on this sword because the pommel of the base of this sword is resting right into the base of my hand, so I have a really good feel of where the sword is, and I can get some good motion onto the sword and good edge alignment, and I can identify where the end quarter of the blade is quite easily. I haven't got like this hammer fist grip or this paw grip. I've got a nice, good, solid grip on the sword. Anyway, I also got myself a synthetic longsword, and I'll take my glove off. I've got a synthetic longsword, but I attached an extension to this, so I've actually extended this grip because I felt that with longswords you do need to get that good leverage when you're doing stuff like schnappen and sverches and all this kind of Lichtenau and longsword techniques, even the Italian style. You need to have that gap. I mean, having that extension, you get a good leverage, with rotations and pivot points and all them kind of things, all the technical stuff. And what I found out is with this sword that I got from the night shop, of which I've actually changed the grip because the black strapping was starting to come off. So I decided to attach a blue leather cord to it, which I have done with. I've replaced all my swords with a blue cord because, well, it's my favourite colour, so why not? And I felt that with this sword here, although it's realistic historically, and there are a lot of longswords that have this tighter grip, there's always these variations and sizes in the period of longswords when they existed. But when I have these gloves on, my Spez gloves, I'm holding the my left hand right at the base of the pommel, and I'm not getting the leverage I want, and I'm not getting that edge alignment that I want, and I feel like I'm hitting people with the flat of the blade a lot of the time. And I'll probably have to replace this at some point with a longer grip. I'll probably get a Regagnier or something else, or even get a blade from Fabri Armorum. But it's good to learn that I do need these different grip lengths for these different styles of different swords. So I'll set that back. Yeah, so going back to the buckler, I enjoyed painting this up, and what I also did is I refurbished my heater shield, and I attached a leather lining because there was a lot of edge damage across the top here. So this is my coat of arms, my surname McSweeney, and it's the same for Mac Sweeney or Sweeney. It's the similar style. The style and the design of the McSweeney coat of arms changed over the time. When the Irish mercenaries started conquering or taking lands in Ireland or anything like that, and their names developed, their coat of arms developed as well. But this was the basic design for the coat of arms, with the 3 boars and the lizard. And what I've attached here is a label, and it's got the five bars hanging down, which says that I'm a grandson. And I've also given it a varnish coating. I've done that with the buckler. I was told to add a varnish coating because I didn't want the paint to chip off as much. There's going to be damage, of course. And what I also did was attach a grip at the end here, so I can grip the heater shield right at the very end here, just for a different style of grip. So yeah, that's about it. I'll update you on other things when they come and all that stuff. And I hope you all stay safe in quarantine, and hopefully I'll, when things lift in a safe way, I can get back to doing HEMA and get some more HEMA videos out for you. And yeah, I think that's about it. Stay safe, guys.